Amazing. We are live now. Nice one, guys. We are live. We're live. If you can hear me, kindly drop some fireballs in the comment section. Let me know you can hear me. If you can hear me loud and clear, I can see. Just drop the comment section in the fire. Just drop a fireball in the comment section. Let me. We have 10 people already. Awesome, awesome. Let me give you a shout out. Collins, I celebrate you. Well done, sir. I celebrate you. I celebrate you, Collins. Well done, boss. I celebrate you. I celebrate you. Great time, sir. I celebrate you. James Benedict, I celebrate you. Shout out to you. Much respect. Blessing of Young. Wow. Thank you for being here. We honor you and we celebrate you too. Okay. Perpetual. Nice one. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. If you can hear me, please drop some fireballs in the comment section. Let me know you can hear me and you can feel the vibe of tonight. Tonight is going to be explosive. Okay. Nice one. Nice one. Thank you so much, Felicia. Okay. Thank you so much. We are 11 people already. So I wanted to just drop some fireballs in the comment section. Let me know you can hear me loud and clear. I'm waiting for your response. I'm waiting for your response. I'm waiting for your response. Okay. Okay. Great. Marvelous. Sati. Welcome. Welcome. Moses Namar. I celebrate you. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I'm just trying to buy time so we can get as much people on board as Patrick, Jerry. Beautiful, beautiful. Welcome, welcome. Nice one. The momentum is growing, is growing, is growing. I'm already excited about tonight's experience. Right, it's going to be explosive. Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nice one, Felix, my man. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Shout out to you. Shout outs. Victor, nice one. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I celebrate you all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. David, nice one. Thank you for being around here. We celebrate you. We celebrate you big time. Okay, we celebrate you big time. Perpetua, I don't know what you're writing. Please go and buy. Go and buy a good phone. Your phone is telling me what I cannot read here. Just joking though. Nice one. So I think David gave us a reason. Anywhere you're connecting from, just drop a comment and tell us this person you're connecting from this particular state. Okay. So if you're in Jos, say you're connecting from Jos Plateau State and your name is this. All right. Beautiful. The number is growing. The number is growing. So the next 60 seconds, we're going to begin. Okay. I'm just trying to buy time so that others can join. Okay. I'm trying to just team up the whole place because you can see our amazing guests. They're about to blow your head with value. They're about to blow you with value. So you cannot comprehend what is going to come to you tonight. Okay. So just be ready. Just be ready. Get your minds prepared. All right. Let's just see. Keep the comment. Okay, Eunice, nice one, nice one. Unique, what's up? Welcome, welcome. I celebrate you. Welcome on board. Ngozi, amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for being here. We celebrate you big time. Okay, Mr. Moses, thank you. Moses is connecting from Abuja. Sorry, shout out to you, boss. Shout out. Thank you for all the support you have been giving for the association. We celebrate you big time. Perpetual says she's connecting from Jos Plateau State. Celebrate you. Okay, totally connecting from Jos. My name is Perpetual. Celebrate you. That is a sweet name. Pepsi. Who next again? Okay. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Ines. Thank you so much. Ngozi is connecting from Lagos. Amazing, amazing. Welcome, welcome. So just pardon me and give everybody. Just trying to pardon late comers. No one should close the gate here. We will start doing Mr. Akpan style. No wasting of time here. Okay. So thank you. Nice one. Abigail, Philip, thank you for coming around. Celebrate it. Wow, we have somebody from India. Tole Baba. Now they oppress us with good network now. Look, Chris, nice having you around, bro. Nice having you around. From Jos, my J-Town people, I celebrate you all. Thank you so much for connecting. Thank you. You guys have always been showing us love. Blessing, shout out to you. Celebrate Omodi. The comments are coming in back to back. I don't know if I'll be able to call everybody up. I'm going to try as much as possible to be swift in giving the shout out. Okay, thank you, Alice from Abuja. Thank you. I celebrate you. Felix, my man from Jos. Thank you so much. You're highly honored, sir. Marvelous Sati from Jos. Wow, J-Town people full for you. Nice one, guys. Shout out to you guys. Okay. Nice one, guys. Thank you so much for coming around. Okay. Please keep the comments coming. Okay, we're going to be starting in the jiffy. All right. I'm just trying to make sure that that those that need to be here are here. Okay. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm actually waiting for my moderator. My moderator just stepped out, but then since she's not around, I think we'll just begin like that, okay? I was actually waiting for my moderator, and then she seems not to be around. So let's just get on with what we have for today. All right, so once again, I welcome you all to the Rofosa Reactivation Conference, okay? A conference that's meant to shift your mind, okay? This is a conference that is meant to bring back that enthusiasm that we always have towards association. I promise you that as you're here, your life is never going to remain the same. It's a promise to you. If you don't get maximum value for your time, feel free and come to my DM after. I'm going to return back your subscription money. But you must first of all bring proof that you not get maximum value. Okay, so without wasting much ado, we're going to be beginning the conference right away. Okay, or I'll say we should pray, but then we've already made a point. We've already made a word of prayer before now, so we'll just go right into what we have for today. So in order for us to begin with what we have, I'm going to be inviting the director in the person of Mr. Obinna, so he can just come up and give us one or two welcoming speech, and then we're going to go straight into the program of the day. Okay, so every other person that's on the screen, I'm going to be moving them, and then I'm going to be adding my director so he can come on board and tell us what he has to tell us, and then we'll begin ASAP. All right. So my director, welcome, sir. The stage is yours, boss.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Greatest Rofosa.
Great.
Greatest Rofosa. Of the greatest Baba.
Baba.
In accordance to our vow.
Giving back to our world.
Giving back to our world.
Great Rofosa.
Okay, without wasting our time, it's a joy for me to have you all partake in this conference this evening. It's a thing of joy. We've been planning this for over a month now, and thank God it's finally here. I just want to enlighten each and every one of us on the need why this conference was organized. And this conference was organized so that each and every one of us will be able to have the spark in our head and to also tap into this unfair advantage that we all share. But some people are, let's say, ignorant. Permit me to use that word, ignorant about this unfair advantage that we've been talking about. This advantage I've always been announcing. In this association, we have a lot of prominent members, which some people who are also coming up will become prominent too in the future. Now, I just want to announce to you that we have baristas in this association, we have doctors, we have nurses, we have movie directors, we have engineers, we have a lot of pros in this association. We have businessmen, we have various producers and all sorts in this association. Now, there's nothing you are looking for that you're not going to get from this association. That is the unfair advantage. You're out there looking for something and you need a particular profession that will help you or see you through, or you need advice from somewhere. We have such kind of personnel in this association. So the essence of this conference is such that we will see our fellow members who have used their time and their talent and resources to build themselves in the society and are renowned and have something doing. Not that we all are not doing something, we all are doing something. But out of the many of us doing a lot of things, we just picked a few to spark our minds, a few that have this Rofosa dream in them. Because I can show you, there are a lot of people doing well in Rofosa that do not have this dream. But there are some who buy the idea that Rofosa should exist. Now, quickly to go down, while we are looking at bringing back the association from the recession we went to, recession, not financial recession, but recession as a recess, to go and take a break and think if we really want this association. When we decided to come back, some people were saying we should just allow the association stay. Let's all go and make it. Let's blow in life and come back, and then everybody's good to go. But there is second thought. Some people who have the idea that even now that we are not yet everybody blown, we can actually hit up this association and make maximum use of it now. And then I began to see the need to talk to some few persons. I approached a few people and then they gave me also this motivation that Rofosa can work. Yes, we can make it work. And that was what prompted my will and ginger, let me use that word, ginger, to actually come out to vie for the position of the state director. And then vying for this position, it became so hectic and stressful, planning, thinking, analysis, and all that. I began to make calls and ask questions. I began to reach out to people who I know has Rofosa at heart and those who don't also have the association at heart. So they can also give me the idea and how this association can move forward from where we are. Now, thanks to the past administration, to my brother Frederick Musagona, the pioneer director, and to my own brother Nanju Falun, who was just the outgone director, and his executive, all the executives, amazing people. They held up Rofosa even when Rofosa had nothing. They sustained the association even when there wasn't this glamoring picture of what we could achieve with Rofosa or what Rofosa can become in the future. They sustained this association up until today. So we are having this conference to spur everybody's mind towards our association and remind us of what we can achieve with this association and how far we can go with it. So quickly, I just have a little things I have put down here to just remind us of. Now, we saw a bigger picture of Rofosa. For this association to function and survive, you have to have a vision about this association, a vision that is clear and untilted, a vision that is sound. That vision, if you have it, there is nothing on earth someone would say to you against the association that will make you back down. Why? You have a vision. It's concrete to you. It's evident to you. Now, when you have a vision, you have to move to thinking about this vision in the purest of ways, thinking of how to make the vision come to be. You have to think of how to put this vision to existence. Now, Rofosa was existing already, but not in its full capacity. So we thought, how do we make it exist in its full capacity? So we began to make contacts. We set out to work. Informations. How do other associations before us stay this long? How did they stay this long? How did they survive the pressures of 70 years, some celebrating 60 years? We began to make these calls. And then when we made these calls and had our informations, they were concrete. We filtered the ones we did not want and held the ones we wanted. And then we began to cook up the team. We began to look for people that would make this association work. And the suggestions were made. People volunteered to actually make Rofosa work. People volunteered to bring Rofosa to the limelight again, sacrificing their all for it to happen. And these are the team of executives we have now. And when we moved from putting these people in place, we now decided to engage the ideas we have. And I believe we're all seeing these ideas is step by step. We're not going to rush, because I believe that whatever is going to be great cannot be rushed and will not be rushed. It has to take a gradual step to grow so we can get there. So in essence, I just want to encourage all the audience and every Rofosa member here to please pay keen attention to our speakers. I will be taking my jottings too. So we need to pay keen attention to our speakers and receive the information we need. We are not here just to attend this conference. We are here to pick things that will spur our minds, especially for the younger ones. And for those doing something already, it's a plus for you to add up to what you know and you can blossom. Because I want to be, by the grace of God, a leader of an association that has successful members, stressless. I pray for everyone every day. I sit down to think how to better everybody's life every day. The team is doing that. We are not doing this to get the applause, in our regime. No. We are doing this because we have discovered that this association has the potential to be the best among every other association in Nigeria. Why? We are the only association that records every tribe in almost equal measure from all parts of the state, all parts of the country, all parts of the world. And we have our founder, Senator Rochas Okorocha, to thank for this particular privilege, for gathering us together, men with substance and potential, to be here together to actually change the world. We are going to oblige to our motto and our slogan, and we are going to impact our society. It will be a thing of honor to actually be part of those that will spearhead this vision and actually make it come to pass. So finally, I will say this. We need to build a spirit of sustainability from this conference. That everyone that has partook in this conference, leaving this conference, you will go with the spirit of sustainability and a focus on the growth and well-being of Rofosa. That we all are intertwined together and we are all bonded together, helping one another grow, maximizing every advantage we have from this association. So aside this, I don't think there is any other ideology we should have, if not the one that fosters good and excellence. Any ideology that does not prosper any of us should not be thought of here. We should always look at the ideologies and those particular programs that will foster each and every one of us, and we all engage in it. So I will take my bow and allow the speakers to educate us and enlighten us more on how we can enjoy this great association. Thank you very much. Long live Rofosa Jos. Long live RFC. God bless you.
Wow. Powerful. Please, if you know my director gave you super chat today, please drop some fireballs in the comment section. Let me know you're flowing with him, okay? He dropped some massive words of encouragement for us. And then if you agree with him that this association is meant to go to the next level, please drop some fireballs in the comment section. Please light up the whole stage for me, okay? Just drop it, okay? As you drop it, let me just give a shout out to those that just joined us recently. All right, we have Prince Solomon from Jos. Thank you so much. We have Pamela from Jos. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. We have who again? We have Kid Gag from Port Harcourt. Kid Gag, I celebrate you, sir. We also have Emmanuel Augustine from Jos. Augustina from Jos. I celebrate you too. Okay, we have Sonia Solomon. Well done. I celebrate you. Shout out to you. We have Adamu. Okay, thank you so much. I celebrate you, sir. We have who else again? Chiamaka, thank you so much. We have John Donmark, thank you so much. Wow, the comments are, oh boy, fire. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you and I celebrate you for taking your time to be here. Okay, so at this particular moment, I'm going to be handing over the mic to our moderator in the person of Miss Ebube Ifedi Josephine. Okay, so once she comes on board, she's going to chair this event to the great height. Okay, so Ebube, it's your turn, please. Rock the stage.
All right, everyone. Good evening. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Good evening. Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yes, everybody, just go ahead and speak. We can hear you loud and clear. Please just go ahead.
Okay, it's actually great to have you guys here. Thank you all so much for showing up. Now let's just go straight to the main thing for today. We'll be inviting our speakers, and the first speaker on our list is Mr. Praise Eziedo. Okay, Mr. Praise is sorry, Mr. Israel Eziedo. I'm so sorry for calling your name wrongly. Okay, he is a pioneer student of Rofosa Jos, RFC Jos, sorry, and he's a movie director, producer, script writer, and so many other things. And he'll be taking us on the role of self-awareness in identifying, developing, and deploying one's potential towards the creation of sustainable impact in the society. So over to you, Mr. Israel. You have 20 minutes.
Good evening, fam. Wow, it's been, I can't remember the last time I've had an opportunity to be with you guys. It's been so long. Um, well, I'm really excited because, I mean, first, I'm from the Pioneer set, so everybody up until the sixth set, yeah. I pretty much know everybody up until the sixth set, and I meet some people sometimes online, and then we talk, and they are surprised that I still remember them. I may not always remember their names, but if I see your face, I can easily remember you because I was usually the one at the gate waiting for latecomers. And as the assistant head boy, then, he gave me access to everybody pretty much. So it's over the years, I've been super impressed by the growth that I've seen um, amongst Rofosa members. A lot of us have gotten married, had beautiful children. Some are not even in Nigeria. Some are working abroad, schooling abroad. Some are, going really high up the ladder, in their different careers. And it is just thrilling, because between us and the difference between us and every other person that went to any other school is that we have something unique, and that is that we had an opportunity um, when it seemed like there was no opportunity anywhere for us. You see that. I know that there are a few of you guys that didn't come from poor homes. That is settled, but for the most part, pretty much all of us came from really unfortunate circumstances, So it's really a thing of joy when I see on the group or I heard the news that this guy has moved out of the country, this guy is working here, or this guy has set up a company, or a business. It's really amazing. This one is getting married, this one has just given birth. It's really amazing and heartwarming, and what that tells me is that even though we came from um, poor backgrounds for the most part, that does not determine where we will go. You know, that does not determine how our future, will be affected. I want to put up a very, um, I want to put up, Mr. Opara, please help me with the slides. I want to put up a very direct quote. Thank you. I want to put up a very direct question. So this is the topic that I'm teaching on: the role of self-awareness in identifying, developing, and deploying one's potential towards the creation of sustainable impact in the society. That's a very bogus topic, but I'm going to simplify it into this very simple question. Really, life has not been fair, but do you want to raise your children in the same conditions you grew up in? I know this is a very confrontational statement, because considering the fact that even for some of us, we are still trying to find our footing, in the world, but it's a question that we need to ask ourselves, and deal with. Do you want to raise your children in the same conditions that you grew up in? Some of us grew up without having the opportunity to go to school until Rogers Foundation College came through for us. Do you want that to be the same situation that your next generation will be in? Some of us had, I mean, I don't know about the newer sets, so because the last time I went to RFC Jos, I saw that people were not cutting grass again. They were not cutting grass again. There was no labor and all of that. So I don't know. I don't know how soft it is for the newer sets, but there is no set from when I was in school to when I left. The first to six sets really that you know didn't realize how precious Ewa was for I think it was Mondays and Fridays. There was no set that didn't recognize the importance of Ewa for surviving RFC Jos, you know. And I mean, a lot of that came. I mean, it was fun and all for us, but the truth of the matter was that for a lot of us, it was like one of the best meals that we had during the day, you know, because I mean, some of us were not even living with our parents, some of us were not even living
Okay, I'm sorry. I think there's a break somewhere. I think he has a network issue. Okay, so let's just give him a few minutes to stabilize his network, and he should be back. Okay, so please just give him a few minutes. I don't know. Let me message him. Okay. You see, this was what I mean. This was what I meant when I said you guys should pray for like that Nigeria should not happen to us. Because in stuff like, you don't want to do stuff like this, your country will always want to fight you. You get, that's why I was very, very conscious about saying pray, let Nigeria not happen to us. And of course, you can see what's happening now. Nigeria's already happening to us. My guy them that are already there in the US, that are already there in India, they will not experience kind of challenges. And that's why I need to pay attention to this particular training, because it's going to help you to understand how you can live a much more productive life and possibly jump out of this country. So I think he's back now. So let's continue the slide. Okay. So sorry about the interruption.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. Please remind me, apart before I go off, please remind me. Please tell me where you guys stopped hearing me from. Can you hear me, Opara? If you can hear me, please just let me know at what point you
Okay.
stopped hearing me.
Okay, you're basically talking about how students were interested in the EWA on Saturday, on Fridays, and on Wednesday.
Oh, exactly. Okay, exactly. Yes. So EWA was a very big deal, because I'm sorry, I'm seeing Obina strange shades at me. So it was a big deal because feeding was a problem for us, for some of us at the time. Because, I mean, apart from those that were living in very poor conditions, some of us we didn't live in Jos, so we had to squat with some people. Things weren't always so great. So we really grew up in very poor conditions. You understand? Um, but the challenge is, do you want that to be your reality? Do you want that to continue to be your reality, and do you want that to be the reality of your children? Do you want to raise children that need to depend on Rocha's foundation or other foundations, for them to go to school, feed, and have an opportunity in life? I'm sure none of us wants to have that. So if that is the case, then the first thing you need to do is, like, my director said, to create a vision. And what I'm putting out here is for you guys to make your vision greater than your past and present, because success or failure starts from your mindset. Make your vision greater than your past and present, because success or failure starts from your mindset. Now, you may not have anything. You may not have the resources to start a business yet. You may not have a job yet. In fact, you might not even be through with school yet. But there is something that you can have that, even in the poorest conditions, even in the worst conditions, is still your own and is still valid, and that is your vision. You see, I remember when for some of you that were in school when this happened, 2009, I was in the movie Eyes on Hope, and I played the lead role, and that really kickstarted my career, in filmmaking. So when we got back from Abuja from shooting the film, um, I started writing my own script in school. Then I'll go and borrow my pastor's laptop, and I was writing in my notes. I had a note, I was writing a script, and then I started writing scripts, I started learning. And let me shock you guys. As far back as 2000, and as far back as, I can't remember what year, but way back then, I wrote a script. And then, if you guys remember this film, Facing the Giant, if you remember the film, you can leave, drop a note in the comment section. It's this brothers film. It's a Hollywood Christian film, Facing the Giants. When I wrote this script, I think this was around 2015. I hadn't done any movie myself. I hadn't done anything in filmmaking. I was pretty much just starting out, and I think I was in school then. I reached out to one of the producers of Facing the Giant, one of the co-producers of Facing the Giant, a Hollywood producer, and I told him that I'd written a beautiful script. I wanted him to look at it, to produce it. I gave him a pitch, and he was really interested in it. This was a big Hollywood film then, though. I wasn't even going to Nigeria producers. I went all the way to Hollywood, and then I told him. So he was interested, but then I sent the script to him, and he was not interested anymore. The reason was the script wasn't properly done. It wasn't properly formatted. I wrote it. Yeah, I can Sati happiness. I can see it. Thank you. I wrote the script based off of the format that that Eyes on Hope movie was, and then it wasn't very professional. So the guy wasn't really interested after that. But then I made a move. I made a move all the way to Hollywood. And even though I'm not where I'm supposed to be yet. I've actually written scripts, low budget scripts for some Hollywood producers, and done a lot of films that are on Rock, DSTV, and the rest of that. You see that, so um, you need to have a vision. Your vision needs to be bigger than your past. I really don't care how bad things were, for you growing up, and I absolutely do not care how bad things are for you right now. What I'm concerned about is your vision. One of my closest friends, I don't want to call him my best friend, so that he said will not blow up, but really one of my closest friends, from RFC, is Philip Ehimare. And especially when I was in Abuja, we really worked together. He was my closest partner, working together in Abuja, traveling to do work and all of that. And um, we always talk about some of the things that we had in mind for the future, great plans, really really ambitious plans that what it was totally bigger than us. And just as a side note, the script that I wrote, and reached out to that Hollywood producer for, I wrote it on a borrowed laptop. I didn't have a laptop at the time. I was borrowing my brother's laptop, or borrowing a laptop from somebody, in the room. I wrote that script at the time where I was squatting in the hostel. I was squatting in the hostel when I wrote that script. You see that, and when I sent the script off to some professionals, the estimates they gave for producing this script ran into millions of dollars. Do you understand? So at the point where I was squatting, in the hostel in school, at the point where I was borrowing a laptop to write a script, I had a vision. I had a vision that was bigger than me. I had a vision that was bigger than my past. I had a vision that was even bigger than my present. You know, um, and then it grew from there. You see, so I know that I don't have $3 million to shoot that movie yet, but I had some cash. I won't mention the amount. I had some cash, and then last 2 years I made a movie, Aberrations. Some of you must have seen that movie. Um, I made Aberrations. Aberrations was not really a big budget movie. I had to multitask. I had to write it, produce it, direct it, shoot it, and edit it. Of course, I had a crew to work with. But I wore a lot of hats to make that film, and it's a really, really, really beautiful film. If you haven't seen the trailer for Aberrations, you should see it. And it's one of my greatest achievements because when I made that film, I had the option of just putting it on, DSTV, but because I have a bigger vision that is even beyond Nigeria, I sent it to Toronto International Nollywood Film Festival. So, really, the first film that I did, Aberrations, premiered in Toronto, Canada. I wasn't able to make it because of COVID, but it premiered in Toronto, Canada. And at Toronto International Film Festival, I was nominated for Best African Director alongside Desmond Elliott, alongside other big African, producers. The film was also nominated for Best African Actor for Shego Arinze, Best International Actor for Shego Arinze as well, and the film won jury prize for Best African Actor. You see that, so I'm still not where I'm supposed to be. I haven't made I'm currently just working on the script for my first film that will go to the cinema. I've done TV films and everything, but from the little that I have, I'm thinking beyond where I am, because if I limit myself to where I am, I won't go far. You see that. So you need to have a vision that is greater than your past and your present. And then this is a side note. Society structures you to be a servant, but the greater goal is to command industries through disruptive, risky thinking, whether as an entrepreneur or employee. So I'm not a fan of be an entrepreneur, don't work for people. That's not what I'm talking about. I have employees that make my yearly income, in a month. So whether as an employee or an entrepreneur. Okay, Okara, I saw your note for time. The goal is to command industries through disruptive thinking, risky and disruptive thinking, really. And how to do that is to build a mindset of partnership. So while I was in school, really, apart from being, breakdancing with Philip and singing in Rocha's Angels at the time with Philip, other than that, we weren't so close as much, But Philip, became my best friend and hopefully my best man through partnership. We started working together, and one of the things that I discovered over time is you can't plan your life according to your abilities, because your abilities are limited. You see, you can't plan your life according to your abilities. Your own abilities are limited, but you have unlimited human resources. So right now I don't just do films, like recently you guys saw me asking, for a chef in Lagos. I was asking for somebody. It was for a grill spot that I opened. You see that, and I needed employees, so I came to the house to ask first. You see, so I'm branching out into the restaurant business, and currently, by God's grace, really just 2 days ago, I also made some investments, bought a ride and everything, to venture into transportation business on a low key. You see, apart from doing a holiday job at Mama Adora restaurant at close to St. Teresa Parish. If you guys remember that Mama Adora restaurant, DOP pursued me to go and serve, to go and work there, not serve because I was paid, to go and work there during the holidays one time. Apart from that, I have no experience about restaurant business, but I had a little cash, and I have the internet, you see. So I researched on what it would take to open a grill shop, shawarma and grill shop, and then I did that. What I did was to get people that knew that knows how to run the business, I got them, and then I set up that business. You see that I don't know anything about transportation, but I know that there are people that know about that, so I did the research, I did my homework, and while I'm still pursuing my film career, I still have these other investments on the side, that are bringing in income, and that is, I'll put these slides up. I wish I had a lot of time to talk about this. Um, what you really need to realize is if you build with your own hands, if you are a loner, if you want to run, if you want to run your life and your career just by yourself, you have only 24 hours to work in a day. So like you read my profile, or Oluebube, read my profile. I work as a scriptwriter, I work as a cinematographer, I work as a director, I work as a producer, I work as an editor. I pretty much do everything in filmmaking because I had to teach myself. You see that, I had to teach myself filmmaking. I didn't have the opportunity of going to school. Really, the first time that I had an opportunity to learn something tangible about filmmaking, I was the one that they called to teach. You see, so I taught myself everything that I know about filmmaking for the most part, and um, because of that, I'm skilled in filmmaking. But the thing is, if oh, thank you, Sati Happiness. But the thing is, if somebody, for example, calls me to come on set to direct a movie for them, and another person calls me to come and edit a film, I can't do both of them at the same time. You see, I have only 24 hours to attend to one thing at a time, and that would limit the income that I'll be making. But what I did was to start training people. I started taking interns here in Lagos, and then I was training them on editing, on color grading. The last intern I took to teach color grading is currently in Dubai. She has a full-time job in Dubai. She moved a few months ago, and she's fully there. She's making more money than me that taught her. The other one is the other ones are none of my interns. In fact, right now I don't even have any interns on ground because I teach them and I give them my own network for them to grow from. You see that. So what I do is somebody calls me on set to come and direct, shoot a movie for them. I go on set. If somebody calls me and says, Israel, I want you to edit a film for me, I say, bring the job. I take the job, I take the money, I give half of the money to one of my interns. They edit it, I come, I preview, I correct, make adjustments, fine-tune it, and then I send it in my name, of course, crediting them. You see, so I won't make full cash from that, but I'm keeping that business running. In fact, I'm talking too much. When I was in Abuja, and me and Philip were really starting out photography. Philip, anywhere you guys see Philip Ehimari, you guys should be him because Philip is doing mass event coverage for high-end political and religious events and social events in Abuja. Some of you only know him as a photographer, but trust me, Philip is bigger than whatever it is. Okay, my time is up. Philip is bigger than the impression you guys have. But when we were starting out, and we only had photography to work with, he works at Nitel. I was working with a foundation in Abuja, not Rocha's foundation, a different foundation. If I get a job and I was too busy, Philip would go and do the job for me. If Philip gets a job and he was too busy at the office, I'll go and do the job for him. So he doesn't lose his clients. I do not lose my clients. Because of that partnership, we are able to, build each other's careers up, and build each other's dreams up. So right now I'm not in Abuja, and whatever media or event coverage that I have, Philip runs it. You see that. And we were able to grow up from each other's, hard work and success, from partnership. So the final thing I would say is this, the first thing you need to do is to affirm your greatness. Forget about what your past was and forget about what your present is. If you're fine with remaining where you are for the rest of your life, then that's fine. This meeting is really not for you. But if you're really concerned about taking yourself, your family and your next generation to the next level, then you need to settle it in your heart that you're a great person. I never knew I would do filmmaking, until Eyes on Hope came. I saw that opportunity, I saw that gift that I had, and then I ran with it. I never knew that I would get into the restaurant business until I thought, let me partner with people that know how to do these things and work with it. And then it's growing. Now the transportation business. So affirm that you are great. Let that be your consciousness. And then once it's settled in your heart that irrespective of whatever it is that is going on now, you are great. Plan with what you have. You don't need to have everything settled right now, but make a definite plan. Make a definite plan as to what you have, because you never can tell where investors can come from. You see that. You never can tell where investors are coming from, and then once you have your plan settled, start building a strong network. Like we said, like Obina said, there are doctors here, there are pharmacists here, there are baristas here, there are people in entertainment, there are farmers, there are people working in government parastatals, there are entrepreneurs, makeup artists, and everything. Build a strong network. This is the time for you to start connecting with other Rofosa members, big time. Connect with them with the mindset of growing, and growing big. I know that all of us are great. I've seen some of us begin to tap into unprecedented greatness, and I want that to be your mindset. I am great, you are great, so keep that mindset, and plan beyond what it is that you have now, and then build a strong network from the advantage you have in human resources from Rofosa. Thank you guys so much for the opportunity. Thank you guys so much. I I'm just overwhelmed. Thank you guys so much.
Wow, 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 wow. Please, if you're getting massive value or if you have gotten massive value, I want you to drop some fireballs in the comment section. Please burn up the comment section for me. Burn it up. I appreciate my big boss for me. What? Like, you need to see my book. My book has been filled. I've been jotting because there's a lot of inspiration that I've gotten here that can help me fast track my own career. So please, if you're getting massive value or if you have gotten massive value, I want you to drop some fireballs in the comment section immediately. Okay, as you do that, I want to give the stage to my moderator to continue with the program. Okay. I think my moderator is not around. She just stepped out. Network issue. Nigeria happened to her. Okay. So thank you so much, Pizza Chinedu. Wow, awesome. Thank you for being here. Massive value. Felix, thank you. I celebrate you. Okay. So we're having a lot. Oh boy, they don't burn down this place. So nice one, guys. Nice one. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Amazing. Jerry Simon, Twale Baba. I see you. I celebrate you. Sat is asking for Philip. Don't worry, you're gonna see him. Okay. Mr. Jefta, thank you so much for being around, sir. Thank you so much. Wow, this is amazing. Okay, I'm glad that you guys are also getting massive value. So without any further ado, we'll be giving, okay, my moderator's around now, so let me give her the stage. Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, let's go. The stage is yours now. Massive. Please go ahead.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Israel. I got a lot of value from your session. Like, it was really massive. So, guys, for you guys that just finished listening, if there's any take home for you, it should be that you affirm that you are great. Plan with what you have and build a strong network. Because for real, we have almost everything we need. If you look very well, we have a network already. It's just for you to tap into it. So without wasting much time, let's just move on to the next program. Sorry, to the next speaker. Sorry. Okay. Our second speaker is Mr. Blessed Ogu. Hmm. This person is capacity. Okay. He was a graduate of the third set from RFC Jos. He's a graduate of chemistry, and he's a businessman, he's an educationist, and he's currently running his masters in the Wayne State University of USA. So he's going to be talking to us he's going to be speaking on the role of hard work in identifying, developing, and deploying one's potential towards the creation of sustainable impacts in the society. So over to you, Mr. Blessed. You have just 20 minutes, please. Let's keep to time. Thank you.
Uh, um,
Okay, please, I want you guys to drop some fireballs to welcome my boss. Okay, just drop some fireballs. Burn down the stage for me. Burn down the stage. You can see he's over there at USA. We're there for the suffer for no lights, no light. You can see how everywhere is shining over there in USA. So please, guys, just drop some fireballs to welcome Mr. Blessed. Okay, so Mr. Blessed, the stage is yours.
all right. Thank you so much for having me here. I am elated and I count myself privileged to be deemed fit as one of the speakers for today's program and the conference generally. So for this, I thank the sitting executives and especially the anchor of this program or the convener, Mr. Opera Chinonso. I would say I was given this topic on hard work, but I think this young man is someone that I would have done better justice to this because of the much hard work I see him put in, a lot of endeavors he sets to achieve and all of that. So I don't know if Josephine actually sets the bar too high in her introduction of myself and in the capacity part. So I just hope I don't fall off that. And I'll go straight into my planned, session. I am supposed to speak on the role of hard work in identifying, developing, and deploying one's potential towards the creation of a sustainable impact in society. Now, yeah, I love hard work, right? A lot of you that know me right from younger days, especially when I was in RFC, I had always, at most points in my life, worked for stuff, I have always engaged in one thing or the other during secondary school up until my university days, and even before, after university, before service, before getting a work, before moving to Lagos, and before moving here to the US. It's not like I like suffer head. There's a difference between hard work and suffer head, actually. But I mean, I like the form of hard work that that puts in effort in a focused and deliberate way, doing the best you can to achieve the most in the best possible way. I mean, hard work for me is something that requires a great deal of effort and endurance. I'm going to go back to the a very nice quote, or the my take down from Mr. Israel's speech, which is, "Do not plan your life according to your abilities, but then according to your vision." Now, for you to plan a life according to your vision, you need to put in the required efforts. You need to put in the required resilience to see through to that vision. I mean, it is one thing to have a vision, and it is another to get there. Now, the bridge between where you are right now and going to your vision, alongside other factors, because I mean, we're going to be honest, right? It's not just hard work, there are a lot of other factors. But I want to speak to us today that when you add this hard work to yourself, those other factors kind of find their way to align and provide opportunities to you, okay? Because I am someone that believes without doubt that one of the most fulfilled people at the end of the day are those who have you know, put in all of their best. Imagine you wanting something and you don't get it simply because you know at some point you didn't put in, I mean, the required effort you needed to do that. You feel a lot of regrets. You have a lot of self resentment and all of that towards yourself. But I mean, when you have put in effort, and it doesn't matter whether you get the desired result at that point in time, but I cannot tell you that there is a satisfaction that comes with saying that yes, I put in my best to this, and I mean, hard work always pays. So that is that for me. And moving forward, I would see, like, let us kind of go into, yeah, it's not just enough to tell people to work hard, right? Why should we work hard actually? What are we hoping to get from hard work? I mean, those of us, I mean, all of us rather must have heard Daddy come to Richard's Foundation and tell us one of the things he wants from us is, I mean, we'll begin to chant it: one, hard work; two, hard work, right up until the 10th hard work, and then we'll scream it all out. I don't know if we just spoke those things out of compulsion to just speak, or if it actually got down to us, because I mean, having or coming from certain backgrounds that most of us came from, we just have to work hard. Or more, if you know work hard, who won't give us? Okay. Sorry for going through that line, but then that's just the truth. We need to put in the effort and hard work, and see how the hard work pays in the following ways. Now, one of the benefits I would say for hard work is that it leads to self-development. Okay. I just hope, okay, yeah, everyone's flowing. Okay. Working hard leads to self-development. Like I said, when you work hard, put in the required efforts that a particular task requires of you, you develop the ability to solve challenges heads on, even as they present themselves. Another benefit, like, it builds in you the spirit of perseverance and patience. It builds your confidence in doing things. Okay, yeah, I once faced this challenge before, and I was able to surmount it, doing this, doing that. So I just need to put in the required effort, right? And I'll be sure that I can do this too. Now, also, hard work gives you a reputation as a reliable person. I mean, are you the type that people want on their team? I, for one, now, if I want to maybe have a Rofosa event, I'm going to want to put opera inside. Why? Because I see the kind of commitment, I see the kind of effort he puts into to a set task, and I want that kind of vibe. I want that kind of spirit in whatever I want to put to. So I mean, is this the kind of thoughts people have towards you, or are you the type that in a given task you just do not care the outcome? Okay, I think I would, if I'm allowed, I would want to bring a Bible passage to this, and that will be Proverbs 22 and 29, that says, "Do you see a man diligent in his work? He will stand before kings and not mere or ordinary people." Now, one thing I like about the Bible is it also gives a straight illustration about this same point. It's telling us that when a man is diligent in his work, he will stand before kings, right? And straight off, the Bible also in the book of First Kings 11 and 28 told us about a man, Jeroboam, and he says he was a man of valor and diligence. And so when Solomon saw that this young man was industrious, Solomon saw that he was industrious, he put him in charge of, the labor force of his household. Now that brings me to another benefit of hard work, which is that it brings you opportunities. Now, just keep showing yourself out there, put in the hard work. You don't know who is seeing it. I mean, it's daunting most times, and you might not see the immediate effect of the hard work you're putting in. But I want to tell you that it actually, brings opportunities you don't know you are putting up together for yourself. And of course, your hard work benefits others, and that is what we want as Rofosas, that you work hard, benefit your family, benefit us as Rofosa in general, and then benefit the larger society. I mean, you want to be someone that your family is proud of and always saying, yeah, we have this person here, he has achieved this much, he does this much, and all of that. And we in Rofosa, which is what the president said earlier, he wants that we build ourselves, we increase our capacities such that the association can always have, we can say, yes, we have Israel, for example, now doing so much great work in entertainment industry and all. I mean, it is a thing of pride to us, yeah, and that is what we want from each and every one of us all. Okay, and I'm going to say also that hard work in itself is not just putting in physical effort, even though that's a part of it. It's in essence keeping an unbroken spirit. Let me put it that way. Through our pursuits, the fact that you're putting in the effort, yes, but keep an unbroken spirit throughout the pursuit. It's one attribute of hard work that I'll just keep going. I keep going. I put in an unbroken spirit, and then it's not just enough to work hard. Like we know in our present days, we would also need to add some smart work to it, because at the point where hard work and smartness intersect, a lot of greater things are achieved at that point. Yeah, I think another point I'll say is that hard work doesn't necessarily have to be that which would, give rise to immediate gratification, because a lot of us feel, okay, the direct evidence of hard work is that I have 5 cars, I build a mansion and all of that. But no, that is not it. I mean, some other ways you could put in hard work and impact your society is, I mean, just by even just volunteering, helping someone raise a child, going to our Richards Foundation colleges and, carrying a charity event, or partnering with Rofosa in itself to, carry out their activities and all of that and see to its success. Now, these are also ways we can put in hard work. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be the way of, or the general note we know it's like, carry bag of cement. Let it go that way. No, it doesn't have to be that way, okay? Now, I mean, we want us, or the idea I got from this topic is that we want each and every one of FOSA members to, in their various chosen fields or their various endeavors, put in the hard work that is required of them at that point. I think I have messages here about time. Okay, no, I'm still doing great on time. Please, Olive, inform me when my time is going up, although I'm trying to get to the end of my presentation. We want you to build capacity to the extent that we can always call on you. I mean, we can always call on every one of us, but we want to see results in each and everyone's life. I mean, when we call blessed, let me use myself as an example. What will my set mates, let me start from there, say of me concerning hard work and my commitments to the association? What will Rofosa as a chapter, just chapter, know about me? I mean, how do I want to be remembered in my family, in my immediate family, or as a general member of Rofosa? You know, I think these are some of the things we should think about, and you know, when we like try to know the kind of efforts we want to put into an event or to put into a cause. I think these are the things we should look about. Okay, I mean, how can we put in hard work right now? Let me come down to Rofosa itself, because we want you to put in hard work to your lives and better it. But what also wants that you put in the hard work that the executive members of Rofosa are putting, to also see that, you know, Rofosa moves to the kind of height we are hoping it gets to. And one of it is that you show up for the organization, okay, by your physical presence, by your financial commitment, and through active participation. You know, the leadership of the association is putting in the much effort that, you know, they can, to see that the association moves to the heights they want it to go. So by hard work and commitment, we can all put hands together and push this boulder up the hill of success. I would wrap up by telling us some last things about hard work, and that will be that the person who works hard learns over time to overcome a lot of obstacles. Yeah, because by hard work we develop an unbelievable amount of intelligence. When someone is putting in the hard work required, it brings opportunities. Just like Israel also said, let me go back to his presentation, which was so rich in my eye. I, as a speaker, I don't know if I had more notes than some of you, but I enjoyed so much his presentation. He got his own opportunity rather from just ray of hope, right? Started from there, and then it bettered his vision. So put in the hard work. I mean, the opportunities will come. You will have improved network and connections. Hard work makes you better prepared for opportunities, because, I mean, in the end, hard work is one of the most characteristics of successful people and organizations. So when we put in the hard work, all the work we know is required, eventually it will all pay off, right? So I just leave it with you. Just work hard with an unbroken spirit, and yeah, it will put you in pole position for sustainable impact in the society as the topic demands of us. Thank you so much.
Wow, amazing. Like, oh boy, please, if you're getting massive value, if you've gotten massive value, I want you to burn down the comment section for me. What we did for Mr. Israel is like 100%. Let's do 101% for Mr. Blessed. So please, I want you guys to just show some love, okay? So as you do that, I'm going to be inviting the moderator so that she can be introducing the next speaker, so we don't waste so much time here. Thank you so much, Mr. Blessed. Really appreciate you for taking our time to come and share this massive value. This year, I did me one bio, so I must work hard, make a committee for there. Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Okay, we can already see the comments coming, so Ebube, over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Blessed. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. And not just your knowledge, your own experience, because experiences, when shared, they are better off. People learn from your story, and it's kind of practical. Yeah, we can relate to your story. So thank you so much for that. If you don't have any take home, let me share my take home with you guys. In your pursuits, try to keep an unbroken spirit. Sorry for my try to keep an unbroken spirit, because definitely you face challenges, you face trials, so many things will want to make you to give up on your dreams, your visions. And then secondly, your visions can't run themselves. Yeah, you have visions, but you need hard work. You need to work hard to keep them. They can't just move themselves up there. You need to put in the effort, play your role. And then lastly, hard work leads to self-development. It creates this kind of self-development in you. You'll be highly intelligent, open doors of opportunities to you. Like, there are so many things hard work can do to you and those around you. So I hope you wrote down some points, some important points. So let's not waste time. Let's move to our third speaker and our last speaker for today, Mr. Pankat Goromdin. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name properly. Okay, Mr. Pankat, he's a pioneer science member, a graduate of history and diplomacy, and a graduate of history, diplomacy, and education. He's he's an he's one of the initiators of Young Heart Initiatives. He's a volunteer to the core. So this is a brief profile of our third speaker today. Mr. Pankrat, you have just 20 minutes. Please, over to you.
Okay, guys, I want you guys to use some amazing fireballs to welcome Mr. Pankat. Come on, guys, let's do it. Let's do it. Celebrate my boss for me. We're about to receive the maximum soap. Now, you know, they say, now the end, they always matter, right? So we're about to receive the last soap for tonight, and it's going to be powerful, okay? So use some fireballs to welcome in for me, okay? So let's get on, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Pankat. The stage is yours, sir.
Thank you so much, Opera. Sometimes I wonder if you should be a crypto analyst or a hype man, because all the work you've been doing this evening is just strictly being a hype man. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Great Rofosa. Okay, it's good to be here and listening in to the first two speakers do justice to everything. I can say Rofosa is loaded with lots of talents. I just hope I measure up to what they've been able to do. So making progress. Okay, share screen. Aha, thank you. So we shall be looking at, just briefly, how to develop oneself and create more impact through the act of volunteerism, right? Taken by myself and, of course, September of this year, right? So we shall be looking at the entire topic under the following subheadings. We shall be looking at the meaning of volunteering, then volunteering for career growth, otherwise known as the importance of volunteering. Then we shall look at how to identify volunteering opportunities, identify volunteering opportunities, as well as what to consider before volunteering, and then we then look at experience sharing, how volunteering has been able to set me on the path of my career growth and development and has gotten me to the place where I'm at, right? Hopefully under the next 20 minutes, we shall be able to look at that and then do justice to that. So volunteering, what does it mean? I'm sure we've heard about volunteering. Lots of us have heard about it, and some of us equally have volunteered in one cause or the other, be it at local levels, at international levels, or at whatever level, right? So what does it mean to volunteer? Okay. So now volunteer, it means when you offer to do something that you do not have to do. When you just put yourself ready to be able to do something that you do not have to do. You're not getting paid and you're not expecting anything in return, but you just do it because you want to do it. And it stems off as a result of passion, right? So that's what it means to volunteer. Once you put up yourselves to do something that you do not have to do. Otherwise, you could have done any other thing aside that, and then nobody is compelling you into volunteering. But then you do that activity because you want to. That's simply what it means to volunteer, right? That's just the textbook definition of volunteering. And then that's what applies to what we are looking at this evening, right? When you freely offer to do something, then when you work for an organization without getting paid, and then we say a volunteer is a person who freely offers to take part in an enterprise or undertake a task, right? Or a person who undertakes to work for an organization without being paid, as we've been able to look at already. Now, volunteering for career growth. What do we mean when we talk about volunteering for career growth? How does volunteering helps us to be able to set ourselves on the path of a chosen career and then to be able to grow in that career. Sorry, I think the website is messing up the slide a bit, but that's what we are looking at. How to volunteer. Now, by the virtue of our organization being an old student association, an old students association, keyword here, students, it means at some point, each and every one of us is seeking to be employed or grow a career working for an organization or another, either the government or any type of organization, right? So we hope to chase a career at some point. Yeah, there may be people who may dive into business to grow a career for themselves in business, but then a large number of us, by being uh, graduates of a school, hence students, it means we are seeking to be able to grow a career working for an organization at some point, right? So, how does volunteering now help to set us on the path for career growth? We shall be x-raying some of the importance of volunteering and how it helps us to be on the path for career development. And now the first thing we are going to look at is volunteering helps to provide people with the career development skills they need to break in, excel, and stand out in a busy job market, right? We all believe that in this context, there is a huge disagreement between work and then experience. They'll tell you need an experience to be able to get a job, and then they'll tell you need a job to be able to get an experience. How do young persons, young graduates who don't have a job get the requisite experience, and how are they able to now acquire the experience which will qualify them for a job if they don't get the job, right? So when you volunteer, you then develop the skills that will help you to be able to break in to the job market, excel, and then equally stand out among your peers who do not volunteer, right? And then when you volunteer, what are some of those skills that you can be able to acquire through volunteering, right? So let's look at some of the skills you can be able to acquire as you volunteer. You can be able to acquire public speaking skills. Most of the times when you volunteer, you get to be in positions whereby you talk to people, you interact with people, you interface with a lot of people, and as a result, you keep talking. Hence, you get to hone the public speaking skills that you have. Another skills you can adopt is presentation skills. We have technology skills, we have communication skills, social media management, project management, as well as some other skills, as you can see presented in the slides, right? Which includes training and leadership skills, right? Now, what's another advantage or what's another importance of volunteering as it helps our career growth? Our network, right? Volunteering helps to increase your network. You get to interact with lots of people from diverse backgrounds, from diverse culture, from diverse places. So as a result of you interfacing with them and then build connection that you're going to use for your career growth and your career development. I think about 2 months ago, I was engaging in a conversation with a group of people, and then one of the persons said he works with the UN. He told us that he was able to get his job working with the UN through the network he was able to have. The person who referred him to the UN for that position was working with the UN. So once the position opened, the person approached the HR and was like, "Hey, I know this guy who is actually great, and then he's going to fit into this role perfectly." And the HR was like, "Okay, fine. If you said he can do it, I believe your judgment. Get him on board. Let him interview. Let him apply." Okay, he did apply, and then he was called for the interview, which he was able to nail the interview. And this connection he was able to get through his volunteering experience, right? So if otherwise he hadn't volunteered, he wouldn't have been able to build this connection. So volunteering helps us to build connection and then to be able to use this connection to grow referrals that we may be able to use to be able to grow in our respective career, right? The volunteering helps you to build your resume. Volunteering helps you to build your resume, right? For young graduates who just finished from the university or colleges or the polytechnic or whatever institution of higher learning, what next? You begin to search for a job, but then you do not have the experience to be able to grow your CV as it should be or your resume, right? Now, when you volunteer for different opportunities, you find out that you'll be able to get the requisite experience through volunteering that you're going to use to be able to adopt your CV and then tailor your CV to be able to get you the position, right? Even if it's not the position, to be able to allow the HR invite you or call you for an interview, and after doing so, you can be able to share your experience and then share your ideas and then share your goal and your purpose for career growth and then development to the HR, right? And then there was a research that was conducted by Deloitte. I'm sure we all know Deloitte, right? And then studies from the research showed that 82% of hiring managers prefer applicants that have volunteer experience on their resume versus candidates that do not volunteer, right? 82% of HR. So now, if you are presenting or if you're applying for a job, in whatever organization, you find out that the HR consciously or unconsciously tend to look out for those persons who have a history of volunteering. Why? Because it shows them that you've been able to do something for the community other than yourself. It shows them that you've been able to care not just for yourself, but for other persons, such that you've been able to go to the extra mile, to the extent that you're volunteering for another cause, not just your personal cause, right? So it tends to give you an edge over people who do not have any history of volunteering, right? It helps you to build your resume. It helps you to create leadership opportunities, right? As you volunteer, you get to be exposed to leadership opportunities. We need people to be able to handle logistics. We need people to be able to handle the skill acquisition department. We need people to be able to handle the guidance and counseling department. As you volunteer, you sometimes take leadership of these respective departments and then these subgroups in the general purpose, that is for which you are gathered, and then you realize that you get exposed to leadership at an early age, and then sooner or later, whether you realize it or not, these leadership traits that you've been able to pick as a result of you volunteering will come in handy as you try to grow in your career, right? It helps to rejuvenate your passion for giving, right? Volunteering helps rejuvenate your passion for giving. You don't have to give money, you don't have to give cash or material resources, but your time is something that you can be able to give. So volunteering helps us do that so we can be able to excel in our career, right? Then volunteering lets you practice your work search skills. It helps you practice your work search skills. So in the purpose of volunteering, you realize that as you seek for volunteer positions, you realize that it's also as similar or almost the same thing or as identical as when you are searching for an actual job opportunity, right? So when you apply, some organizations, when they come to see volunteers, they ensure or they request that you go through the normal process of a recruitment, just as the HR would do to recruit a full-time staff. You have to go through that. You have to search for the job, you have to tailor your CV, your cover letter, they call you for an exams, they call you for interview. So you find out that going through all this process is just like you seeking for a job on its own. So as you seek for volunteer opportunities, you also build your skills in searching for work opportunities, right? Uh, then it helps you to apply, teaches you to apply and interview for jobs. So some volunteer opportunities, before they actually get you on board, they are going to actually interview you just as they would a full-time staff that they were seeking to employ, right? So as a result of this, you realize that you keep attending volunteering, probably interview for volunteering opportunities. By the time you realize you're actually building your capacity, you're building your skills, you're building your competence to be able to interview for an actual job. So when you come to sit for an interview for an actual job, it's going to be almost the same thing as when you sat for the interview for the volunteer position. By now, you've gotten the skills, you've been able to understand the concept, what the interview panel is looking for, and the things they are seeking, and then you'll be able to apply same in this job interview, right? Then it helps you to discover your passion and your interests, all as I have said, right? So let's make progress and see how to identify volunteering opportunities. How do you see volunteering opportunities, and how do you are you able to be able to identify? Yeah, this is a volunteering opportunity, and then there is a prospect for me here. So you have to start local, right? When you want to volunteer, just start local. You don't have to start from the top. You can start as little as from your community. You can start from the local library. You can start with the old people's home. You can start with your respective church or your mosques. Just look around you. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be international or even national, but you can start at a very local level. Look around you. See how you can be able to help the orphanage around you. What have you been able to do? How many times have you been able to go there and just talk to people and encourage these kids that are there, right? So just look at the local environment as it applies to you and see how you can be able to do something. Then we'll check out websites geared towards skills-based volunteering. There are websites that are just geared specifically for volunteering. Their work is to just match people who are needing volunteers, that is organizations in this case, who are needing volunteers, and then persons, individuals who are seeking volunteer opportunities, right? There is, in our own context, there is the opportunity desk, www.opportunitydesk.org. You can go there. It x-rays lots of volunteer opportunities on a daily basis. You can go there and then be able to see which one you can apply for. And then, of course, there's the UN Volunteers. The UN Volunteers is just a dedicated arm of the United Nations that is all about volunteers. You can go, create a profile, put in your area of expertise where you'd like to volunteer, and then be in the roster. Whenever the UN needs volunteers at some point, they may call you and then they may find you and then they may engage you, right? So we have some other websites that are all about volunteering. We have the volunteermarch.org, we have ijlist.org, we have the Hands-On Network, we have Catch a Fire, we have SAV, we have Taproot Plus, we have Encore, and a host of other websites that are just based on volunteering. So you can actually look up this. Maybe I might share for people who may be interested. I might share at the end of the presentation so you can actually look up and see how you can be able to create a profile with any of these websites and then put yourself up to volunteer, right? So making progress, when you want to volunteer, what are those things you consider? Firstly, you got to consider your passion. Otherwise, you should self-reflect. Look at yourself. What do I want to do? That will determine where you should volunteer and then how you should volunteer, right? So the first thing is an inward reflection of yourself and what motivates you and what you would like to do. That will inform how you volunteer and then where you volunteer, right? Secondly, you have to understand your commitment level. Understand your commitment level. Know how much time you have to spare. Okay, if I volunteer for this course, how much time do I have to spare? Can I actually do this or I can't actually do this? You don't want to end up volunteering and then messing up everything for yourself and then for the people who allowed you to volunteer, right? So always look at your commitment level. Know how many hours you want to put in. Know how many days you want to put in a week or in a month, right? Then be clear on how this impacts your goals. You should be able to understand this course I'm volunteering for, how does it impact my goal? Am I volunteering just for career growth? Or am I volunteering as a result of my passion? Or am I volunteering for some other reasons? You should be able to understand that, draw the line, as that is going to inform how you volunteer and then where you volunteer, right? Then you can begin your search. After you've been able to consider these three, then you can begin to search. Here now, you are beginning to tailor your search to organizations or to volunteer positions that are geared towards how you've been able to reflect yourself and then the commitment level you have and then how the volunteering position is going to impact you either in your career growth or your humanitarian pursuit, right? Then you now interview the organization. You then look for the organization and then see them, understand what they do. If they have a volunteering position, then you equally understand the volunteering position and what will be required of you from the volunteering position, right? Then you test it out. Once you get an opportunity to volunteer, you don't have to just make a commitment of volunteering for 6 months, for 1 year. No, just test it out. You can volunteer for as low as 3 months, 2 months, or even 1 month so that you can be able to understand if you want to do this or you don't want to do this, right? Then be professional. Once they give you an opportunity to volunteer, be professional, right? Like Blessed had rightly said, hard work always pays. You don't want to volunteer and then you don't give in your best. Be professional. Yes, we understand it's a volunteering position and you're not being paid, but you should be able to volunteer to put in your best, right? So let's just do a bit of experience sharing. Okay, Ifedi, I can see my time is up, but let me just take 2 minutes, please, if you may permit me, to just share my experience on how I've been able to grow a career in the humanitarian sector, and then which I've been able to do so largely through volunteering, right? So my experience starts as not a long while ago, as far back as 2018, late 2018, after my national youth service. So as I was done with national youth service, there was this group. I think we were chasing a scholarship, AIG scholarship here about, and then I saw they made a post. Okay, are you passionate about volunteering? Would you like to give back? Da, 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 da. Of course, being a benefactor of Rocha's Foundation and then a philanthropic activity and gesture, I would love to volunteer, right? So I then put up to volunteer, and then after we were asked to just introduce ourselves as you entered the group. So I gave my introduction, and then the person who was like the moderator of the group now was like, okay, I like how you introduce yourself and then your motivation level. Do you think you can be able to spearhead this particular project for us in Plateau State? So I just finished National Youth Service. I was like, I'm open to anything. Of course, I can do this. And then that was how we did what later turned out to be the December to Remember. A lot of persons from Rofosa joined the platform, and then we were able to create an impact 2018. And then 2019, we formed the Young Heart Initiative. And then 2020, I was just there. Then there was this NGO that wanted to start operations in Plateau State. And then I was just there. Then they reached out. They were looking for somebody who is good with mobilizing people and coordinating people. And then somebody said, hey, we know this guy. He's been working for the past years and then organizing people, getting people together to do stuff. And then they were like, okay, let's hear him. And then they, of course, we were interested. And then they asked us to come on board. And then that was it. Interest, which I gave them. And then that was it. Fast forward 2019, 2020, 2021, we've kept on doing the job. And then in 2021, an international NGO, Norwegian Refugee Council, was about to expand operations to North Central Nigeria and then in particular Plateau State. So there I was, and then from one of the groups, somebody just said, PK, this NGO is coming to Plateau State, and then the project they want to do is something we feel you can actually do great with, looking at the past work you've been able to do. And then that was how I was able to come on board. And then the experience I had working with the local NGO and volunteering for the last years was what I was able to use to tailor my CV and then to be able to equally tailor my cover letter. They invited me for an exams which I sat for. I passed. They invited for an interview which I sat for. I equally expressed my motivation and my interest to them, and then that was how I was able to get a job. And then the humanitarian sector, that's the NGO sector, is a sector that is very competitive, right? Highly competitive. A lot of people have to go to the northeast just to get jobs. And then even if you go to the northeast, the competition there is very high. But as a result of volunteering, you find out that I didn't even have to go to the northeast just to try and grow a career. It came home to me as a result of volunteering, right? So volunteering has a lot of impact. It helps you as a person, and then it helps the community at large. So I haven't had enough time to go through the slides entirely, but then that's the summary of everything. Volunteering helps to get you on the right path towards your career development, right? So look around you today. Just look for that little opportunity around you that you can volunteer. Start small, create impact, and then at the end of the day, it's going to be a win-win for yourself and then the persons who are you're volunteering for. Thank you so much. That's my time.
Okay, please, if you know you got value, please, I want you to light up the comment section, because as I am now, my head is blown up, honestly. My head, let's make it fall for ground. Thank you so much, Mr. PK. We celebrate your greatness, and wow, there's a lot of things to say. But then there's a few questions for you here before I finish the talk, before time go. Let me just flash the questions on the screen, and I want you to just respond to them immediately. Okay, this is from our friend Perpetual. This is a question. Can you see it, sir?
Yes. So Perpetual, it depends, right? There are organizations that will actually pay you as a volunteer, and then there are some that won't pay you. So it depends, right? Some may pay you a little token, some don't pay. You just do it. But then the appreciation can be in terms of payment for some organizations, some don't. But at the end of the day, volunteering, you're looking at creating impact. You're not really looking at the payment or the appreciation. Remember when we looked at earlier, we said you don't have to get paid for it. So it mostly stems as a result of passion. But the thing is, yes, it stems as a result of passion. But in the long run, if you are committed to it, there is a way you get to enjoy the goodies later in the future. But to answer your story, just your question, just simple and short, some organizations pay, some don't.
Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate you for that. We also have another question again from Jana. Okay, let me flash it up. I don't know. I don't know why it's wasting time. Actually.
Could you just read out the question?
Okay. Let me try. Let me see if I can read it out.
Okay, it's up. I think
Okay. So
it's up.
this is it. It has flashed up.
Okay, Jana, I see. This is a tricky one. Volunteering comes with lots of sacrifices. How do you manage those sacrifices? I tell you, the sacrifices are lots, like lots of them, right? When we started, sometimes we have to dip from our pockets just to keep up. You have to go and pick up this donation here. You have to go and supply this letter here, and then there is no money. You have to use from your personal phones to do it. But then, like we said, it stems out as a result of passion. And then if it's something that you're passionate about and then you love doing it, you would not really feel any dent on the sacrifices. You're doing it because you love to do it. You're doing it not because you are coerced into remember, but you're doing it out of passion. This is what I want to do. This is what I enjoy doing. So that mindset will help you go through the sacrifices that you're going or you have to make. And then
Wow.
also think
Wow.
about the people who are enjoying, that's people who are benefiting from your sacrifice, right? If you're able to make a sacrifice, let's say maybe spare some cash, but at the end of the day an orphan smiles, I think that should be the win for your sacrifice, and that should keep you going, Jenna.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much. Then I hope you've gotten more than your answer. You asked for 1 kilo, they give you a full cow. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you for all you've done, sir. I can see the comments already. People are already been grateful for what you've been doing for them. Let me see if I can flash. We can see lives already been transformed there. So thank you so much, sir. Really appreciate you for this your effort. Now, before I think there's a question for Mr. Blessed there. Before I bring up the question for Mr. Blessed, let me just say a few words about this volunteerism. See, they've been saying volunteerism. What do you think I'm doing here? See, he said something about mastering leadership, about mastering presentation skill. You can see how the presentation is now. This is because of what I've been able to volunteer. Tomorrow now, if I go to an organization and ask me, guy, can you present? I can present because of what I've been able to volunteer my skills. So if you're a graphic designer and then you see the first want to do a meeting, volunteer to create for us graphic design. It's part of it. This is how it starts. If you see us trying to promote content, because of course, beautiful things will begin to come on board. If you see how you can volunteer your efforts, this volunteering, why I actually put this particular topic is because it is very, very important. A point to come whereby would come to your DM asking for you to support us, not with your cash, but with your effort. Okay, so that's why this topic is so important. Okay, so please, if you're happy and excited, I want you to tell Mr. PK a goodbye with some fireballs in the comment section. Okay, as I welcome Mr. Blessed to respond to his question. Okay, so Mr. Blessed, here's the question. Thank you so much, Mr. PK. Really appreciate you. So let me bring up Mr. Blessed. Mr. Blessed, can you see the question?
Yeah, I can see.
Hello, Mr. Blessed. Okay, yeah, he's on now. Okay. Wow, sorry about that. Okay, Mr. Blessed, can you see your question?
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it now.
Okay, please help us do justice to that.
Okay, hi Moses. He says, what's the relationship between hard work and chance or luck? Okay, yeah. If you remember, when I was speaking about hard work, I said putting in the effort, and when you work hard, it pays, right? What I made mention alongside other factors. Now, hard work doesn't always just require you to put in the extra work. It's not a 1 = 1 equation where you put in the hard work and then you just expect to see the results directly. I don't want to say there are elements of chance, but when you put in hard work, it puts the probability of your success much more higher. That's just what I want to say, because yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't need to work hard and they get certain things they want, right? You don't, I don't want to say maybe the chances is, yeah, they have the chance because they need to work less in their own case and then they get what they want. But in your own case, when you don't have that chance or you don't have that luck available, what do you do then? I mean, it is always on your own side to put in the hard work you need. And another thing I'll say is, yes, working hard gives you the opportunities, just like I said, and it creates chances for greater success. It's just a probability stuff. I mean, working hard puts you up on the probability ladder for success. And yes, chance, of course, we know there are elements of chance. I mean, I can be working as hard as I want to in just a little place, and maybe I'm not noticed enough. But when I change location, possibly, which I slightly did when I was still in Nigeria. I left Jos at some time to Lagos. It was because I had a different way I want to put in my hard work, and the platform, I didn't really see it at that point. So it's not that the chance or it was luck, but a shift in paradigm, will I say, now make my own hard work in that case to pay off better. So yes, I would say there is a kind of relationship, but chance doesn't replace hard work. I would say that emphatically. Chance doesn't replace hard work. I hope that answers the question.
Yes, I believe it has answered the question. Wow, thank you so much. Really appreciate that answer. As you can see, my big boss, Mr. Francis, is saying that the class is it's too good to be 20 around 100 naira. Let's drop everything. We're gonna get it, and then we can say we can do something up in the a very big news, okay? But then you can still drop your, you can send your offering, and I will collect it with one mind. Okay, so thank you so much, Mr. Blessed. I think I have other questions again. Okay, okay. Somebody is adding in addition to the question. So let's just read. In addition to the question on hard work and luck, if you hang around a barber shop long enough, soon or later you would get. Mr. Blessed, please help us and read it. I know go school. I forget my listen for house.
Yeah, I think
So
this
can you
comment
hear me?
isn't. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. I'm in.
Okay, please help us and read. I don't know what he said here. I can't see it very well.
Okay, yeah. I think what Mr. Francis, my boss, is trying to support here, he's trying to support my cause because he said, yeah, if you hang around the barber shop long enough, sooner or later you will get a haircut. And that's, I mean, that's like a perfect explain the relationship between hard work and chance. Yeah. You put in the hard work and show up every day in front of the barber shop. Yes, we know you need a haircut. And then or the luck that you get a haircut comes. So just like I said, putting in the effort keeps you high on the probability ladder. Thank you so much, Francis, for this. I think this is a better illustration. Yeah.
Yeah. So we also have our big boss, Mr. Isaac, saying working hard gives you an
more
opportunity
chance.
to create more chance.
Yeah, working
Okay.
hard gives
I think there's also a small
helps
typo
create
there,
more
but then this is
chance
just what
and
you're saying.
yeah. I agree so much with my
Exactly.
boss Isaac. So working hard helps you create more chance and opportunities for you. It's just, again, I said the hard work increases your probability of success. It creates more chance and gives you more opportunities. So that's just it.
Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for all the value you've given us tonight. Right now, as I tell you, I feel no chop nice food again because this one don't do me. Wow, thank you so much, guys. Guys, I told you this was not just me. You can see the value for yourself. Okay, so if you're excited about this whole section, I want you to drop some fireballs before we call this section a day. Okay, we're not supposed to take this long, but because of one or two things that happened in Nigeria, we're able to stay this long. Okay, but I believe that your time was worth it. Okay, like I said, if you've gotten maximum value, I want you to celebrate our speakers and drop some fireballs. Okay, and then go ahead and wait for tomorrow's section. Tomorrow is going to be explosive. Okay, we also have my big boss saying something. Let me just read it. In addition to volunteering, it pays to serve. It might not come immediately, but it definitely pays. And don't forget that service to humanity is service to God. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, sir, Mr. Frederick Musa. Mr. Frederick Musa is the pioneer president of the association. Okay, so shout out to you, boss. Thank you so much for this awesome contribution. We appreciate you and we thank you for being around. You've been here right from the beginning till now. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. I'm not saying your fireballs. So people don't want to say we'll not go anywhere. We're gonna drop some fireballs. I beg you guys should drop some fireballs to motivate us as we go and prepare for tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow's topic will be amazing. Okay, our speakers are as top notch, as good as this particular one. Okay, and of course, in tomorrow's section, you're going to be learning how to make money online. Okay, we have an online entrepreneur that's going to come and share to us how you can leverage the digital economy to make money. Okay, so you don't really want to miss out on tomorrow's section. Okay, I'm waiting to see your fireball. Just drop something amazing. I mean, they're already coming. Wow. Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Dorcas, let me just read your shout out. Okay. Say, I feel like all the messages were meant to attack me. Wow. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you're able to get maximum value from the trading. When I just call my name and talk to me, oh, thank you so much. This is an evidence that value has left its source to the people. Okay, so thank you so much for having been around here. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Francis. We appreciate you for being around here, and thank you for your awesome contribution. Mr. Moses, thank you so much. We celebrate you for being around. I don't know why this is not loading. They didn't want to make a show now. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, so thank you so much. I think at this particular moment, we'd love to call the section to an end. Okay, like I said, there's going to be a replay, and then if you want to get a replay, I'm going to be sending the link across so that you can go ahead and watch it at any time. Okay, so that you can, if you missed anything, you can always go back. And in fact, I'm going to go and watch it tonight again. I need to get and understand everything that has been said here. Okay, so thank you so much. I love the fireboard that coming in. I'm just trying to use it now to just say a big shout out to our speakers. I appreciate you guys, and I thank you for sparing out your time. I know your time is actually very, very precious, but for some reasons you felt like the association is worth it and you're here. Okay, so we tell you a big thank you. Thank you to my state director for opening the floor. We really appreciate you for those words of encouragement, and we can tell you that these words are not falling on deaf ears. Okay, we're going to use it to ginger and bring back a form of enthusiasm that's going to revive this association and put her on the landmark to English don't fail me now, on the path to success. Okay, so I'm very, very sure about that particular one. Okay, thank you so much, Sati. You've been here all this while. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Who is this person doing a shout out? Okay, so please, if you want to, you can exit the group now. I'm just trying to give a shout out to those who are here, just to respect my big OGs. Okay, so I say Docker start with of course, we need your effort in Rofosa. Okay, please come and volunteer your skills. Okay, if you know how to cook, come and be cooking for us for free. Okay, that's just by the way. But if you have any skill that you feel is necessary for the association to grow and go to our next level, please, we want you, and please come and support us. Okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you for being around. Thank you so much. God bless you, sir. God bless you. Moses, thank you so much. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much for being around here, sir. Thank you. Wow, Dorcas, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. And to my lovely host, okay, I'm going to give you the session so I can end the section for us. Ebu Bay. It's my big mentor. I call her my LB mentor. Let me not loud it here, okay? So thank you so much, Ebu Bay. So I'm going to bring you on stage to wrap up the section, okay? So Ebu Bay, the stage is yours.
Joseph, I beg you, don't call me your mentor. All right, guys, it's a wrap. We've finally come to the end of this amazing session. I don't know about you. I don't know what you learned, but I learned a whole lot because as for me, I'm here with my daughter. I've been writing since, and I'm even trying to catch up. I've learned a lot, like a lot, starting from the first speaker, Mr. Israel, to the second speaker, Mr. Blessed, to the last speaker, Mr. Pankart. He did a very great job. I will say that I've experienced something when it comes to volunteering. Yeah, I have a story too when it comes to volunteering. I've connected to so many high profile individuals, gotten amazing connections because I volunteered. I volunteered my skills, my time, my efforts, so many things. It must not be something so huge. You can just start from even your class. You can start from your class, your set. Volunteer to be something, to do something amazing. Just show up, because when you show up, that's when people will know that you're there. If you don't show up and keep hiding, nobody will know that you are around. Yes, so the speakers really did an amazing job. So I want to thank you all. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for joining this live session. You guys are amazing. All right, it's a wrap. Like I said, we'll be coming to, and we are already done. Yeah, we're already done. Thank you for your time. So we'll continue tomorrow at the same time, 8 p.m. tomorrow. Please, you guys should try and show up early. Try and show up early. For those of your classmates, your friends that missed, share the link to them. Tell them what they missed. Like, encourage them to show up tomorrow. Okay, on this note, I will be saying a very sweet goodbye and a lovely good night to you all. Joseph, you can take over. Over to you.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys. So at this moment we'll be going Bye. So, Bez, how far now? What I do you? Why is so proud to talk? Thank you so much, guys. So, see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Whew.